You ever wonder what really makes a business tick? I mean, behind every single company, from your local corner store to some global giant, there's a kind of hidden digital nervous system. It's this incredibly intricate web of information that coordinates everything from a single sale all the way to a massive product launch. So let's map out that system and really see how modern business actually works. It all starts with a moment we can all relate to, right? You're online, you find something you want, you put in your details, and then you click that big buy button. It feels totally instantaneous, almost like magic. But what's actually going on behind the curtain in those few seconds? Well, that one little click triggers this incredibly complex dance. Just look at this. The sales department generates the order. That instantly pings accounting to check the credit and create an invoice, while, at the very same time, manufacturing gets the signal to build and ship the product. This whole coordinated workflow is called a business process. And believe me, it's the fundamental building block of any company. So, if we're going to understand the entire digital nervous system, we first have to really get a handle on that basic blueprint, the business process itself. Okay, so what is it really? At its core, a business process is just a set of steps. It's a specific workflow of material, information, and knowledge. It's how you get stuff done, whether that's fulfilling an order or hiring a new employee. And here's the key idea. You can really think of an entire business as just a collection of these processes. Now, these processes don't just exist in a vacuum. They're all grouped into the departments we all know and recognize, right? Manufacturing, sales, finance, HR. And for a really long time, each of these areas had its own processes, its own systems. They were basically operating in their own little worlds. So, how do we connect them? Well, we can think about it like climbing a pyramid, starting at the very bottom. This is the foundation, the daily grind. This is where all the routine, moment-to-moment stuff happens. Down here, at the base of it all, we have what are called transaction processing systems, or TPS for short. You should think of these as the absolute workhorses of the company. They're like the digital nerve endings, capturing every single routine transaction, every sale, every item that's shipped, every hour an employee logs. Their job is super simple: perform and record. A payroll system is just the perfect example. So this TPS, it takes in all the raw data, an employee's name, their pay rate, how many hours they worked. It then processes all of that to produce these critical outputs, the actual paychecks for the employees and reports for management. It's precise, it's structured, and it is absolutely vital. Okay, let's move up one level on our pyramid. We're now in what you could call the command center. You see, all that raw data that we captured during the daily grind doesn't just sit there. It flows upward, where it's used by middle management for monitoring, for control, and for making decisions. And this is where things start to get really interesting. Data from all those different TPS systems, the order system, the material system, the accounting ledger, all of it gets funneled into this next level, a management information system, or MIS. And this is where the magic really happens. The MIS takes this absolute flood of thousands of individual transactions and transforms it, boiling it all down into a clean, summarized report just like this. And suddenly, a manager can see at a glance which products are selling in which regions. You see? All that raw data has just become powerful, actionable information. Now, these management systems, they come in a few different flavors. The MIS we just looked at is perfect for answering those routine questions about performance. But for trickier, what-if scenarios, managers use something called a decision support system, or a DSS. And then way up at the top, you've got executive support systems, or ESS, which give the senior leaders that high-level, big-picture view of the entire business. This brings us to the very top of our pyramid, the whole system. Because, in the modern world, it's just not enough for each department to have its own systems anymore. The real power, that comes from connecting the entire enterprise. And this is where enterprise applications come into play. You can think of these four as the major pillars that connect the whole company. They're designed for one primary reason: to break down those walls between departments and make sure everyone is working from the same playbook. And here it is, the digital nervous system, fully formed. Look at this. At the bottom, you still have those core functional areas we started with. But now, you see these massive enterprise systems spanning across all of them, integrating everything from the supply chain with partners on one side, all the way to the customers on the other. It's all unified. It's all one system. So, what's the ultimate payoff for all this? Well,
It's a seamless flow of information. Remember you clicking buy at the very beginning? In a fully connected enterprise, that one click can now automatically trigger manufacturing, update the inventory in the warehouse, and tell the finance department to adjust its forecasts. And it all happens in real time. That's the real power of a truly digital nervous system.
So, we've kind of mapped out the digital nervous system of a modern business. It's this incredible network that processes information to make the company run. But, as these systems get smarter and more connected, you just have to wonder, if we've basically just built the company's digital brain, what is it going to think of tomorrow?